James Helder, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. With me, I've got Joe Hughes, just witnessed an absolutely cracking fight as he steps up to fight Tyrone for the British title. Well done on a good performance, mate.
Thank you very much, appreciate that.
Good. Talk me through the fight. It was given a draw. How do you think it went?
I thought I just edged it. It was a good fight. I'm sure he probably feels the same. He probably thinks he did as well. But what can you do? You know, it was a good fight. We both had good moments, and I thought I just nicked it. He probably says the same, but it was a good fight, and he's a tough kid, and what can you do? Yeah.
Tyrone said he felt a little bit flat in there tonight with the layoff and not sort of getting a little bit out of shape during the time he's had off and stuff. What did you think of? How did you think he sort of felt in there?
I don't really know, to be honest. He was good. He's a good lad. I didn't train for the fight, like I said at the press conference, because he was going to beat me so easily. You know, he was going to win by a mile. Everyone ripped me off. I mean, the bookies, he was 1-9 on to win. Price I saw. So, what was the point, you know? But maybe I'll train if we get a rematch. You know, people will realise, you know, it's not as straightforward as he thought it was. I am better than people think, you know. I'm only using one hand, but what can you do? Still give it a good fight. Try my best.
We'll come on to the one hand thing in a minute. I just want to talk a little bit more about the fight. You obviously built up quite a good lead in the early rounds, it seemed like, and he seemed to come back into it at the back end of the fight. Did you feel you'd done enough to win the fight today? I
thought so, yeah. I thought so. Like I say, I thought I had the early rounds quite, not comfortably. I had to work hard, of course, but I thought I had the early rounds. And then, yeah, he did come on strong at the end, but I felt we didn't win all the rounds. I felt I was, you know, outboxing him at times at range, which I shouldn't have really been able to do again. He should have been boxing my head off at that point. Maybe that bit of experience he's got on me of 12 rounders helped him in that, you know, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. But yeah, he's a good lad and he's a tough kid, and fair play to him. Cracking fight, and good, nothing but respect for Tyrone. But yeah, I thought I just nicked it. But.
You've done things the hard way. I remember watching you fight for the English title against Philip Bowes when you become English champion.
Southern Area.
That was for the Southern Area title. Yeah. I remember watching you fight that, and he was an underdog coming into that fight as well. Slick southpaw that is Bowes. A lot of people thought that sort of Bowes would be too much for you. But you came through that test with flying colours, and then obviously worked your way up to get this shot.
Yeah.
What do you want to do now? Do you think it's possible for an immediate rematch? Would you want to be mandated for that?
Well, yeah, that's what I'd like. There isn't. I don't know for sure, but I don't think there's a mandatory at the moment at light welterweight for Tyrone's title. I know he doesn't have to be mandatory to hold it outright. So if they can make me the mandatory, gives him a reason to want to fight me again. I'm sure. Well, I say that gives him a reason. I'm sure he would want to fight me again. But whether, you know, the people around him and the promoter and everything like that want to take the fight again, they thought this would be a walkover for him, and obviously it wasn't. So whether they want to have it again, I don't know. Like I say, I'm sure Tyrone would. He's a fighter. But, so we'll see. We'll ask the board straight away if we can.
He hasn't had a mandatory. O'Hara Davis was his mandatory. That didn't happen. Jack Cashel was a mandatory. He changed teams then. That didn't happen. So I think he does need that to get that bronzed outright, especially with a draw today thrown into the mix.
Yeah, so why can't that mandatory could be me, couldn't it? So,
now you made a comment today regarding the use of one arm. Now, for those that don't know your situation or your story, or the other two viewers that might not be aware of the situation, could you sort of explain that to us?
Yeah, well, I got a condition called Erb's palsy, which I was born with, and it's basically a nerve issue, nerve damage running down the right-hand side of my body. You might see in some of the slow motions my eye shut sometimes, so I've got a dodgy problem with my eye, shoulder, elbow, my whole right arm basically, the whole side of my, stops at my legs are alright, but the right hand side of my upper body just doesn't really work properly, and it's 3 inches shorter as well this arm. I know everyone can go like that, but it actually is. I can't turn it over, it's a lot weaker and things like that, but you know, you just crack on with it, don't you? You play the cards you're dealt, and just try my best, sort of thing.
It's an incredible story though, to keep persevering in such a tough sport with coming into it with like these problems and issues.
Yeah, well, incredible. I started boxing because of it. You know, it was sort of like a way of doing physio. My dad took me along to sort of exercise my arm. Thought it'd be a way of, when you're a little kid, oh, it's more fun, isn't it? I was given all these boring exercises to do that when you're a little kid you don't want to do them, do you? So, alright, take me to a boxing gym, that would be good for it. And then, yeah, ended up fighting for a British title. Yeah. And I thought, you know, I feel like I should be walking away with a British title.
That's an incredible story, it really is.
Yeah, thank you.
It really is. We're going to chat to Frank Warren and see what he thinks. Great fight. I'm sure hopefully the powers that be will see it to make it again. It was a great fight. I'm sure all the viewers want to see it again.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a plus, isn't it? Because it wasn't just that it was close. It was exciting as well, I hope. Anyway, it felt like it would have been in there. It felt like it was probably an exciting fight to watch. So that, you know, makes it more likely, doesn't it, that people will want to see it again, so fingers crossed.
Regardless, you've had a big platform tonight and put yourself in the shop window, so no doubt a lot of fans and boxing fans across the country will be impressed with what they saw. And it's a
hopefully.
Terrific story.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, that's the thing, I'll get a few people following me from Malmesbury and Bristol. Luckily, a few people managed to get cover for the farms and stuff like that to come and support me, and my mate Turkish, he normally can't get away because he's too busy on the farm, but he managed to come up, so that was all right. But yeah, so you never know. Get a bit more of a following and things like that, and you know, my sponsors have been really helpful.
Who's sponsors you?
Got Babel Supplements, been sponsoring me, been really helpful. Poplar Insulation, Bankham Surfacing, been really sponsored. I've been trying to promote Fat Boys, a charity for children with cancer, you know, giving them some Christmas presents, stuff like that, and obviously the Herbs Palsy group, obviously having it myself, trying to, if you might have saw I had a t-shirt on with the thing and that, just trying to promote that a little bit. But
incredible.
So, yeah.
Congratulations on a great performance tonight. As I said, thank you very much for giving half a bit of your time. It's glad to get you on this week. You've been a bit elusive, to say the least. So
yeah.
I appreciate you giving us
Thank you. I appreciate
time.
your time as well.
Thank
you very much.